This week's theme is winter. Now, before we get into it, let's take a look at our seasons. We have 4 seasons: spring, summer, autumn, and winter. Winter is one of our seasons, and it is the coldest season of the year. We have seasons because as the earth rotates around the sun, certain sides of the earth get to feel the sun's warmth. When the earth is pointed away from the sun, it is winter. And when the earth is pointed to the sun, it is summer. In South Africa, winter is from the 21st of June to the 22nd of September. During this time, the earth is tilted away from the sun, making our hemisphere cold. Very, very cold. Now I'm sure you're wondering, why don't we get much snow like other places do? This is because we are much closer to the equator in the southern hemisphere. So here's South Africa and here is the equator. Look at it this way. If we had to take the earth and cut it in half, we would get the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. So remember what I said to you? I said because we are much closer to the equator here in South Africa, we are much warmer than other places. Therefore, not much snow. The closest we get to snow is a thin layer of ice called frost, which if you wake up early in the morning, you can see it on grass, maybe your fish ponds or your bird baths, and the car as well. I wish we had snow. If we did, I would build a snowman. Building a snowman is all about balance. You need a big snowball, medium-sized snowball, and a small snowball. If we had to build a snowman like this, it would just topple over. And that's because we didn't balance it properly. So if we took our snowballs, to make a snowman, we need to have the big one on the bottom, the medium-sized one in the middle, and the small one at the top. And then we can add all the rest of our fantastic things that make our snowman, like beanies and hats to keep him warm. Speaking of keeping warm, how do we keep warm in winter? We use jackets, beanies, scarves, gloves, blankets, and hot drinks like hot chocolate. My favorite. But do you ever wonder how animals keep themselves warm in winter? Some animals migrate, so they travel away from the cold, looking for warmer places to live until the winter is over. Some animals hibernate, so they sleep through the winter to avoid the cold. Some animals don't run away from the cold or sleep through the winter. So what do they do to keep warm? I'll give you a hint. It has to do with a winter coat. Let us look at the Arctic fox. Now he lives in Antarctica, which is the coldest place on Earth, and he needs to keep warm. So how does he do it? The Arctic fox uses a winter coat to keep him warm in winter. So this is what his coat looks like in spring. You can see it's brown and very thin. And this is what his coat looks like in winter. You can see it's a lot more fluffy and white as well. And that's how he keeps himself warm, with his winter coat. Thanks for joining us, guys. See you next time.